Hello, let's do Wordle number 1037, and I asked for two starting words related to an owl's theme. And Cosmo suggested barns for the barn owl, and snowy for the snowy owl. Ooh, we end in Y today, that's nice. Where's that O go? I mean, I feel like it's gotta be second, right? I don't think we end in OY very often. So I definitely want to check that. You know what's funny is we started with comfy yesterday, yesterday for the sleep theme, and that works here. I kind of want to just guess it. Let's do it. All right, well, it confirmed the OY. All right, we got to think of a better guess now. There's the Ollie trap. How many do we have left? We've got Polly, Dolly, Golly, Holly. We've had some of these, but I don't remember which. Lolly and Volley. I think volley is EY though. So I think it's these. I'm gonna preemptively do a filler for that. Because I think it's possible. If we do, we need to start with L, because there's definitely two L's, but if there's a third L, we gotta check if it's at the start. So something like ledge, honestly, gets the D and the G. I don't know that we're gonna get much better than that. So let's guess ledge and rule out lolly, dolly, golly. Okay, with that yellow L, I'm pretty convinced it is the Ollie trap. So the remaining are Polly and Holly. If it's just those two, I'm safe, but I'm a little bit worried that volley might be a word anyway. Or no, there's jolly as well. Okay, so we're still not safe. We need to do one more filler. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of casualties today, especially in hard mode. I think if I do phone, I think that covers it. I'm just going to double check all the letters. Q, T, Tolly, I don't think is a word. I don't think we can repeat the Y or the O. We checked the L at the start. Polly and Holly are checked by phone. Jolly would be the one left over. It would be nice if I remembered which ones we had, but I really don't. Collie, Zolly, Volley. Volley's the only one I'm kind of worried about, but I'm almost positive Volley is EY. So let's do phone to check those two. And I think we have to be jolly then. Yes. Okay. Wow, it's a good thing that I recognized the Ollie trap when I did, because I had to do two fillers to get rid of all of the remaining letters. That could have been. Ollie trap is one of the nastiest ones for sure. If I had just confirmed the Ollie trap first, like in Dolly, Golly, or something like that, I'm not sure I could have done a filler that covered all the cases. So I think this was a good solve. I think that the Wordle bot will have an interesting time. It might actually lose in hard mode. Unless it just gets lucky and like gambles on Jolly, because it goes alphabetically. All right, well, yeah, I'm interested. I'm sure you're interested too. So let's check the Wordle bot. So let's do its non-hard mode solve first. Barns and snowy. And we just had this O and Y. So 26 probable answers. You can see it a lot of the LLY words here. So it suggests Delft. Equally likely as Delph. So it's coming up with weird words that happen to be words that are covering. So it's covering Dolly, Folly. I think that's getting this L to confirm the Ollie trap, because there are a lot of things that it could be besides that. So by seeing that there's an L third, that's actually really useful, because that narrows it down to only the Ollie trap or moldy. And the D will tell us about that. So this is really good. This Delft is really good. If we wanted to scroll down and find one that's a word we actually know, we're down to ledgy, which is interesting. I guess ledgy and ledge, yeah, they're equal. So actually what I guessed, other than lodge, like ledgy, lodge, and ledge are the same in terms of 2.5 guesses left. That is the best guess. That is a word that we know. But I didn't go for ledge first. I went with an OY word. I went with comfy, which wasn't a great idea based on what's left. But let's see. Let's do this. Let's see how Delft does first. So the answer was Dolly. No, the answer was Jolly. So that's all we get, that L. And now we're down to three answers: Golly, Holly, Jolly. So we are down to the Ollie trap, as I said we would be. And it's just coming up with words that check at least two of these letters, because it would rather just do a check and then get it guaranteed in 5 rather than just doing, it could go Golly, Holly, Jolly and get it in 6, but it's saying it's better to just do a filler here. So anything that gets a G and an H is fine. Gothy, hoagie. It's really just looking for words with G and H, and there's a million of them, right? And once it does that, it'll be jolly only. So let's just pick this one. This is green, and then jolly. So it would get it jolly in 5 because it immediately went for 2 really crazy fillers. It's interesting. Yeah, it got rid of folly and dolly this way. I'm kind of curious. It only had to get rid of 4 of the ollie trap words. Oh, because it knows that lolly is not on the answer list. Interesting. And also collie isn't. And polly isn't. So some of the ones I was concerned about, specifically lolly and polly, it wasn't concerned because they're not on its answer list. Interesting. Okay. So that's going to change its behavior for sure. Let's do a hard mode solve. So it would go with godly here. It says that's the best. If we think about it, it does confirm the ollie trap, kind of, and then dolly and golly are both options. So that's really good. And now it just says go into the trap, right? So it would go holly. And it likes holly better than folly or jolly for some reason. Oh, because hotly is also an option. So by going holly first, it's checking for hotly. I suppose. And so we get into the ollie trap. And then folly or jolly, it would do folly first. And then it would get jolly in 6 in hard mode. So it just eked it out. But honestly, it's because it knows that lolly and polly are not... That collie, lolly, molly, polly, and tolly are not likely answers. So it would have really lost if it considered those as options. All right, now let's look at my own solve here. Turn off hard mode. Because I didn't do a hard mode solve. So I did comfy next, and I got the OY. That actually did get rid of folly, which is nice. Delph. So it would still just do Delph next. I think that's similar to what it was doing before. What did I do? I don't remember. I did ledge. Ledge no longer shows up. Luged, it says, is better. I don't know why. So what's actually left here? Dodgy, doggy, anything that's not the godly, gouty. Okay, so Delph is interesting. Okay, let me add ledge here. I'm not going to do all of its suggestions here. We just want to see what's going on here. So I think ledge got nothing, right? Oh no, it got the yellow L. And then I was down to holly, hotly, and jolly. And then unlikely, jolty, polly, tolly, and yolky. So I was concerned about polly, holly, and jolly. And I did... Interesting that it says just go for holly. It's worried about hotly. It's not worried about polly. I did phone. I just needed that P and that H. That would be yellow. And then it was down to just jolly, unlikely, jolty, tolly, and yolky. So I only won because I didn't consider these to be... I didn't really think of these, jolty, tolly, yolky, but they were unlikely anyway, so... Interesting, yeah. It's saying to do hotly, which also just brings it down to jolly. Unlikely, but might be polly. See, I would consider polly as possibly... I didn't realize that wasn't an answer word. So I was concerned about it, so I would never have done hotly. Interesting. But going for hotly is nice because it was one of the possible answers left. Cool. Well, I think that's enough analysis. Let's spin the wheel of themes and see what tomorrow's theme will be. Reddit. Okay. QW Dragon suggested a Reddit theme. So just leave 2 words related to Reddit in some way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below. And if you'd like to watch more of my word game solves, why not check out the Ranks Word Games channel? You can find in the description. I tagged it.